All right, good afternoon to everyone. All right. Am I audible enough? Hello, Kenneth.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's online facilitation. And I want to commend those of you that kept the time. That's very commendable. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So it's our first meeting, is our first class, and for the next 8 weeks, we'll be having this class every Thursday, 3 to 4. The same Zoom link that you use today is the same that you're going to use throughout the 8-week session. So the same thing, just every week, Thursday, 3 to 4, just click on the same link. And I also want to encourage us to also share with as many of your classmates who may not have access to the school page. Feel free to share this link with them so that they can also be part of the class. And I will also endeavor from next week going forward, I'll also be including the link on the email that I sent to you. How many of us received my message and the module help? If you do, just raise your electronic end. I did send a message of reminder to this class earlier today, and I do hope that you get it. If you did not, kindly rectify your email with the school. Yes. So since it is our first time, and I'm happy to introduce myself to you. I'm Dr. Latif Adekweju. Adekweju is my name. Latif is my surname. So that is your facilitator. I'm a lecturer in nursing departments. And well, currently I'm facilitating you from a bit distance, but thank God for technology. It has no barrier for communication. And I must say that I'm excited to facilitate your class. And I believe we'll enjoy our interaction session for the next 8 weeks that we will be interacting together on the course NSC 303. And I also want us to understand that as students, there is no fast rule about passing. It begins from now. If I want to pass a semester course, the preparation starts from day one of the lecture. And so why am I saying this? In the course of our interaction, we'll be having unannounced quiz where I will post a question on the chat and I will expect feedback from learners and it will be assessed. And all this will form part of our continuous assessments. And I'm sure that if you are able to do well out of 30, which is continuous assessment, and your attendance also is good, at least you should be able to have 25 over 100 already. And so from your examination, there's no how tough the question is, you will definitely make it and have your pass mark. So I'm encouraging you to please make efforts. I know the times we are in, but try to make efforts, send a reminder to make sure you avail yourself for the interaction, because there are things that we share when we are interacting that when you are alone and you are reading, you might not be able to get that full explanation. Another thing is I will also be giving I will also post an assignment on your school page. So I want you also to respond to that. And maybe from next week also, we'll have to group ourselves, maybe in group of 10 or 5, and I will assign you a topic that you will do a kind of a group presentation where you meet together, then you present in class. And very, very important, like you understand that this is a facilitation. This is not the normal teacher center form of learning where students sit in the classroom and the lecturer keep talking and talking. But this is more of student center learning, where it is more of active session than passive session. So my activity or my duty is to kind of make sure that what you have read, you bring it to class, and we kind of interact. Area where you don't understand, you bring it to class, we share ideas together, and not just me teaching you. I'm to facilitate and not to come and lecture you. I'm not lecturing you. I will be facilitating you. So understand very well. And that means you are expected to talk back to me, and don't just keep quiet. And don't forget, no question is foolishly asked. It is better you ask your question, whatever you are not clear of in the class, than for you to keep it to yourself and you are not sure. And another thing that I want us to establish before we dive deep into today's topic is the fact that we need a group. For this class, we need a group. I want us to set a WhatsApp group where we can communicate outside of this 1 hour live session that we have, where at any time of the day and any days of the week, you can post your question, you can ask your question, not necessarily myself as your facilitator that is going to respond to it, but other of your colleagues who also have answers to it, have answers to your question, can also contribute. And another benefit of that WhatsApp is I can also be posting the link or the slide on the WhatsApp, because I understand that not many of us constantly check our email. So I would need someone who can serve as our class representative, who would be the admin for us. So we need a volunteer who wants to be a class representative. Then I can give you my number. You include me in the group so that I can also be able to post. Then we'll ask students to, you give us your number, so we'll send it. I'll post it here. Then we can all join, or you send us the link for the WhatsApp, we post it here. And as many that wants to participate or join the WhatsApp. As a matter of fact, everyone taking this course is encouraged to join that WhatsApp group. So I'm hoping that before the end of today's class, we'll have a volunteer to join, to act as class rep. So is there any questions you would like to ask before we go into today's main business? Anyone with a question? Okay, let me hope that this quietness will not continue.
I have a question. I have a question.
Okay, is that Chinyere?
Chineye.
Chineye, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am, I would like to know, you said in the course of this facilitation that you will be giving us a quiz.
Yes.
And I want to know, because some of us are working, and because of the nature of work, the time, most of us are unable to join. even I'm able to join today because I kind of have a free time today. So I don't know. So those of us that maybe will not be able to join because of our work, what will be our fate regarding the quiz and all that, since it will be assessed?
Well, I believe I understand that, but I also believe that if you have registered for this program, as in your BSc program, your BNSC program, and you are taking this course, and you know that every Thursday, 3 to 4, you would be having lecture. I think you can actually manage that time by either coming online, even if it means that you are still taking you excuse yourself maybe for that period duty, to like, oh, I have a class, colleague, please, could you kindly excuse me for 30-40 minutes? I believe you can manage it, or let's hope that the day you are absent, quiz will not be given that day.
Not just me, what about others?
Yes, let's just hope that the day, I don't know, because it's part of assessment. I can't say I'll have quiz every second week or on the third week or fourth week. It is no more quiz if you are aware of it. Quiz is unannounced. You come to class, we post question. But for assignment, you can't miss out on that. That is why I'm encouraging the WhatsApp group, so that even if I post it on the school page, I can send a message on the WhatsApp that kindly check the page, an assignment is given to you. It will be due on so and so dates. Yeah. So, but I'm encouraging you. It's just 8 weeks. For the next 8 weeks, try, make efforts so that you don't mix. All right. Any other question? Okay, Victoria, I can see your electronic ends. May you please speak?
Ayuba. Okay, ma. Good afternoon, ma.
Afternoon.
My question is, the assignment you are intending to give us, is it
Yes.
going to serve for any form of assessment as regard to this course, or it's just for to assess our knowledge as per the understanding of the course?
It will be both. It will serve as your understanding of on that topic that I'm giving you assignment on, and at the same time, it will form part of your assessment, because the school encourage us to give assignments and yes, and to mark it. Have I been able to answer your question? Okay.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Okay.
But what about the TMA?
Yes, the TMA is there, but how the school wants to do it, as a matter of fact, I am an external facilitator, and you will see from my number when we join the WhatsApp group. But part of the requirement as a facilitator is that we give assignments and we give quizzes. So then we submit the grade automatically, because it's going to be, especially the quiz, it's going to be online. They are monitoring this class as is going on. So everything is being recorded. So how the school wants to collate everything together, I don't know, but my duty is to facilitate, is to give quiz, is to give assignments. Don't worry, the assignment won't be difficult, and I'll try not to give you too much assignment, because I understand that everyone is busy. But I'm encouraging you to be present in class, at least get your attendance scores. Okay?
Thank you very much, ma.
You're welcome. So let's go into the business of today. Today's class, today's topic is actually Module 1. And this course, how many of us have the course material already? If you do, just show by your electronic ends. Okay, okay, okay. I can see. Okay, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's good. So we've seen that we have 3 modules that we'll cover in this course. Is NSC 303, and we understand that under this module, under module 1, we have 4 units. So today, basically, we will be covering unit 1 of module 1. And unit 1 is actually basic concept and definition in community public health. That is what we'll be covering. And so, because of that, let me just, I will be sharing my slides as we interact together so that we can be on the same page. Is that fine? Okay, as I was saying, I've already introduced myself, and you've seen my name. I'm your facilitator, Dr. Adekweju Latif, and you've seen my contacts, and the module title is, or the course title is Concept and Strategies in Public Health, in Public Community Health, I mean. And basically, we'll concentrate on unit 1 for this week, being the first week. And the title of unit 1, as you can see, is Basic Concepts and Definitions in Community Public Health. So basically what we'll be talking or looking at today is mostly definitions and concepts. And but before we go into these definitions and introduction and so on and so forth, there is always a goal or a learning outcome for every course or for every unit or for every module. And so for unit 1, I have on the screen, Victoria, would you mind telling us what the learning goals for unit 1 is of module 1? Hello, Victoria. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah. Did you hear my question?
Not exactly, ma. Come again, ma.
Okay. I said, do you mind reading for us the learning goal for unit 1 of module 1 that we want to cover today?
Okay, it says in this unit, you will learn the concept of health and the prerequisites of health. After completing this unit, you should be able to explain the concept.
Are you seeing the screen? Can you see the screen?
Okay, I should read from the screen. Okay. Okay. Define the terms health, community health, community health, population health, public health system, and global health. Discuss concept of positive health and well-being, the differences between community health, population health, and global health. Describe the 5 major determinants of health. Explain the difference between personal and community health activities. List and discuss the factors that influence a community's health.
Okay, good. So at the end of this week's interaction or facilitations, learners should be able to answer these learning goals. So just as she rightly said, that if a question should come and asks you to define either community health or community itself, or population health, or public health system, or global health. You should be able to say it at the end of today's interaction or class. You should be able to discuss, let's say a question just came and say, discuss the concept of positive health and well-being. You should be able to say it. You should be able to describe the 5 major determinants of health, as well as explain the difference between personal and community health, and also be able to list and discuss the factors that influence a community health. So that is why it is called the learning goal. That is what you are expected to know and to be able to defend, or to be able to write or discuss at the end of the lesson. And so we've seen on the introduction here, of course, during your basic nursing program, you have learned about health, and now you want to build on what you have already known. And you see, in science, we keep building on the existing knowledge. What is known before? What is it saying now? You get. So because you have a basic knowledge of health, so this program is to advance you in knowledge about health, in order for you to be able to serve with more understanding of what health is in your community. And that is what the introduction is all about. And we understand that you will learn the concept and the definition. We've said that is part of the learning goal. The concepts and the definition of not just health itself, but community health, population health, global health, and all the health in it. And you also agree with me that good health is holistic, is it? Hello, class?
It is.
Yes. Good health is holistic. When you say it is holistic, what comes to your mind when they said health or good health is holistic? What comes to your mind, Shineye?
Good health being holistic is that it covers different aspects of one's life, both mentally, physically, socially, and every other aspect, not just a particular aspect of life, but in totality.
In totality, yes, you are very correct. In totality, that is why it is called whole, holistic, including the spiritual well-being of a person, because there are individuals that when they are not spiritually balanced, it affects them, it makes them sick. And so that is why this definition of the holistic, we will see what definition of WHO is and other authors. So health is affected by various interlinked factors, and we will see as we progress in this interaction, those factors that interlink, or factors that can affect our health. So we have concept of health, and health as it is as defined by WHO. Victoria, how does WHO define health? Okay, who wants to define health for us according to WHO definition?
Yes, ma'am, here. Okay, according to WHO, it defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease and infirmity.
Correct. Correct. That is WHO definition of health. But other authors has also defined health for us. They said that because someone who is mentally, physically, and socially not balanced. Please, can you unmute yourself? I don't know where that background noise is coming from because we are recording this interaction so it doesn't affect the flow. All right, thank you very much. And so others also made us to understand that every day of our life, we need it is a resource for every day. That is, health is a resource for every day. That is, every day we have to be in good health, and not just the subject of living alone. It has to be a positive concept. Health has to be a positive concept that emphasizes social and personal resources as well as physical capability. But let's see what others' definition of health is. Now, other authors says that health is a change. And do we believe that health is a change? Who believes that health is a change? If you tell us you believe, you are going to explain to us why you think it is a change based on this author's definition. Who wants to share his thoughts or her thoughts? Hello?
Hello, ma.
Yes, Deborah. Please go
Good
ahead.
afternoon, ma. My network was bad. I just joined, but it was bad.
Welcome.
And I'm not fully well. My health can be a change because at a time you can be sick and at a time you can be well, healthy. So I tend to believe that health is a change because when you are sick, at least your physical, mental, and social well-being, by that time it has been altered. But when you are okay, your social status, your economical status, your mental health is okay. By that time, you have shifted from another change from unhealthy stage to healthy stage. So when you are sick, you are now shifted from healthy state to unhealthy stage. So I believe that health can be a change somehow.
Okay, thank you for that good try. Our health is ever changing, and I agree with you. You see some people, in the morning, they are very fine. In the evening, you see, they tends to, something just happened that they are not feeling fine again. When you be wondering, it was fine in the morning. Let's not even talk of in the morning or afternoon. You see some people you see this month, they are perfectly fine. The following month you see them, you might hear that they've been admitted to the hospital. So that tells us that the idea that health is ever changing thing tends to be true. And because of that, they define health as dynamic states or condition of human organism that is multidimensional. When they say multidimensional, what do you understand by multidimensional? Hello, class. What do you understand by multidimensional of human organism? Okay, just share your thoughts.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
It means it covers different aspects of a person's life, like a certain aspect of the person's life, the physical, the emotional, the intellectual, spiritual, and all.
Yes, you are very correct, because these are the things that makes up a human organism. Take for instance now, you see, your intellectual as students, your social, your emotional, your physical, your spiritual, and even your occupation. They are all interlinked. Now, when one aspect is affected, it affects the whole. So we see that there is, if any change comes to any, let's say you have change in your emotion, you just suddenly go sad. Will you be able to interact effectively in your society? No, you'll be moody. You will not feel happy. You get? So all those things tells us that health is ever changing because of all these factors, because humans' interaction and adaptation to our environment is very, very essential. And so the next we also want to look at it's community, the concept of community. When we say concept of community, what do we understand by concept of community? When you hear the word community, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when you hear the word community?
Hello, ma.
Yes, go ahead, Deborah.
The word community involves, when you hear the word community, it is telling you that there's no one person, it is not only one person that is living that place. We have different kind of people with different culture, different beliefs, and different acts within that community. So community involves many things in it.
Exactly, you are right. When you say community, it is people that are living or residing in a particular geographical area with specific boundary. I don't know the area you live, but currently I live in, my area here is called LG Road. And this community is a small community, and that is why I remember, that's why, and our areas are together. Whatever happens in our community, we share among ourselves because we see ourselves as people that are living together in a particular area. And I believe that once we leave this street, we cannot join the other street to say, no, that is our community. No, community is confided with geographical area, with boundaries. And examples that I would like us to know is neighborhood. You see, people who are living in a particular geographical area, neighbors that are living there, they are community of people, people living in county or in a state. And so we see that community is a collective body of individuals, as you've said, that have identified by common characteristics. And that characteristics is, I've mentioned it, geographical area, interest, experience, and even concerns and value. So those are the characteristics of a community. So don't forget that in case you come across such a question or you are asked to define it in any place, okay? And we also said that community also are characterized by the following elements. You see, elements. One, membership. If I'm not living in this geographical area, is it possible for me to be identified with that community? Yes or no?
Yes, it's true. It's
How?
true.
How?
It's true.
How?
And you can be identified.
Thank you. I can't be identified if I'm not living in that community, because you see the characteristics said, geographical area, interest. If all of us are in this geographical area, we have common interest, common experience, common concerns. That is why it is a community. You get. So that is community that is based on geographical area. So community also can also be from experience, but usually from the definition you see is a neighborhood. So if I'm not in that neighborhood, if you are not in that neighborhood, you can't be identified with that community. You have to form your own community based on your location, based on your value, based on your state or your county. Okay? So, and you must have a sense of identity and belonging. That is very important. If I'm not living in that geographical area, I do not have an identity for that community. So I'm not welcome. Common symbol is another thing. That is what join us together. Olabu, I'm seeing your electronic end. Please, let's share your thoughts. You have been allowed to speak. Okay, maybe it's your network. If your network becomes fine, please go ahead and speak. Okay. Okay, please, kindly unmute me. Please unmute yourself and okay, let me just quickly respond. Unmute yourself, unmute yourself. So let me send unmute yourself, unmute yourself and share your thoughts. Okay, someone sent a chat, so I'm trying to respond to it. So we also have public, community, population, and global health. These are the definitions that we want to look at. And we said that when we say public health, what does it mean? It simply means that it's a society that do collectively to assure the condition in which people can be healthy. That is this definition. Of course, we know that when you talk of public health, when you talk of community health, when you talk of population health and global health, a lot of us actually interchange them together, but they mean differently, including us, the professionals. We sometimes Aguda, I have okay. Please. Okay. Please, if you are not sharing your thought, kindly mute yourself so that you don't distract the class. So I'm saying that the above terms that you see are used interchangeably, even by the healthcare workers. But the Institute of Medicine define public health as what a society do collectively to assure the condition in which people can be healthy. That is the definition of health. And they said public health system, you see, public health system now, which is defined as activities undertaken within the formal structure of government and the associated efforts of private and voluntary organizations and individuals.
Anybody went to the class, so when you don't log in, your name will show.
Osi, what is the problem? You forgot you are in class. Okay, please, if you are not sharing your thoughts, kindly mute yourself so you don't distract us in class. Thank you. So we see that there is difference between public health system. They are not the same thing at all. And another term we want to look at is community health. What do you understand by community health? Would someone like to share with me or with the class what he or she understands by community health? Hello? Who is sharing his or her thoughts on community health and population health? Share what you understand by community health and population health. Can you see your screen? Hello, the class is still on.
Yes, ma'am.
And I sincerely crave your contribution. What do you understand by community health and population health? Who wants to share with us? Look at your screen. Elizabeth.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to share your thoughts based on what you can see on the screen?
Community health. Just as the name implies, community, it is used to describe the health of a community. The actions they take to maintain, promote, and protect their health. That is for community health.
Okay.
For population, it describes a group of people or a group of individuals, and then what they do, and then concerning their health issues. And it describes also their outcomes of what they have done towards their health.
Okay. Yeah, there are keywords in community health which you mentioned. You said these actions and the condition to the action they take and the conditions that they put themselves to promote their health, the health of the community, not only to promote, they also want to protect. They want to protect the community also from being infected with any disease, as well as they want to preserve their health. You see, those keywords, those three keywords, it's very important. Prevention, you see it anywhere. Make sure that you include these 3 points. If they are not there, you've not defined community health. Very important. And I gave an example on this slide, that an example of a community health status of the people will be people living in Elizabethtown. I said community, Babcock University community, that's another community, and the private or public action they take. You see, whether as an individual you're taking an action or collectively you are taking an action, what is important is that you are promoting health, you are taking action to protect and also to preserve. And you said that the population health, as you rightly define it, is what it is, where there is a distribution of such outcome within the group. After they have taken actions and the outcome is distributed within that group. Global health. And global health, I'm sure this is not the first time we are hearing global health. What does it really mean? You see that when you say something is global, what comes to your mind? When you hear global health, what comes to your mind from your idea of global?
Worldwide.
Worldwide, yes. So the health problem that is worldwide, it is not limited to your country alone. It is not limited to the country I am alone. It is not limited to one particular country, but it is worldwide. And recently we had a global health issue. Would someone like to tell us what that global health issue is that recently attacked us? COVID-19. Yes, yes, that's an example of a global health issue. So any health issue that is not particular to a location or a country, that is global, that affect all the countries of the world, it is global health. And so the next point we want to look at is the dimension of health. How many dimensions of health do we have? From the diagram on our screen, how many?
Five.
We have five. Yes, we have five. And four. We have four. We have four, which is mental, physical, spiritual, and social. But you will see that other components, the advance in knowledge has also brought to view more dimension. From the diagram, we basically see four. You see the health is in the center, as you can see. Then we have the branches of this health, which could be physical, the mental, the social, and the spiritual. But as knowledge is increasing, other dimension also has come to play, and they are what? Other dimensions, apart from the physical. Okay, go ahead.
Emotional,
Yes.
Vocational.
Yes, yes.
as well.
Imagine recently presidential election was just concluded. Exercise was just concluded in Nigeria. You think those who have contested and they did not win, do you think they will not be affected health-wise? They will, because a lot of things has gone into it. They've invested a lot of things. Is it their time? Is it their money? Is it their resources, their intellectual, everything, their emotion, their energy? So when the result do not come as they expected, they are affected health-wise. So even the vocation of a person, what you are doing, if anything goes wrong with it, your health is affected. Emotion is also a big thing. And spiritual, take for instance, you see some people, if let's say for instance now, if they are not able to have their regular program, take for instance for our Muslim brothers and sisters, you can't imagine how they are going to feel if they are not able to do their 5 times daily prayer, or attend Jumat on Friday, or even participate in the Ramadan program. So it affects them. It's like they are not complete. It's like something is not right. And the same thing with the Christian's fellow. When they are not able to do certain activities that the religion expected them to do, they are not feeling fine. So we see the interlink in this dimension. But of course, we know that, of course, before we even go there, of course, we know that all these dimensions, we need to explain more when it comes to physical dimension. When it comes to physical dimension, we understand that it is a component that talks or that assesses the physical of a person. When you say the physical of the person, the overall health of the person, the general observation of the person, the clinical examination of the person, the nutrition and the dietary assessment of the person, the biochemical and the laboratory investigation. So when we talk of physical, you get all these things is involved. So don't forget, because on the slide there, I don't want to give you too much slide, so it's not there. So make sure that in your own time, go through your course material, and hopefully I will update the instructional video on this unit 1 and also post it when we have our group. So when you say physical dimension, don't forget that it is an overall assessment of a person, where you do a physical examination. Not only a physical examination, you also do the nutritional and the dietary, and you also do a biochemical and laboratory investigation. And when we say mental dimension of the person, you want to see the ability of the person to get along with others. There are some people that they are not sociable at all. In fact, they love to be alone. Temperament apart, we know that some personality or some temperament don't like, they are naturally withdrawn. But apart from the temperament, we see that some people, because of their mental status or their mental well-being, they are not able to go along with people easily. They pick quarrel with everybody that they live with. That is not a healthy, that's not someone who is in good health, according to the definition. And you also want to look at how are they able to cope with the demands of the world. A lot of things is going on, and which ordinarily puts stress in you. Some people are not able to withstand stress. We also want to look at the satisfied, please mute yourself if you are not sharing. So you also want to look at the how satisfied they are. Do they have a sense of achievement that, no, I've accomplished this, I'm excited about it. So you see that, and when it comes to social, a lot of people, when it comes to social, they are not there at all. They just want to be in their world alone. And the spiritual dimension, it's also the sum of how you are able, the dimension of it, that you can be able to say that a person is functioning well in the religion that he or she is doing. And so what are the determinants of health? Of course, we have different determinants of health. And what are the determinants of health? Please share your thoughts on that. The determinants of health. What are the things, what are the factors that determines whether we're going to be in good health or not?
Hereditary. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
So we have hereditary.
Okay.
We'll have lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have health and family welfare service.
Yes.
Then we'll have environmental conditions.
Okay.
And that's basically what I remember.
Okay. Okay. So, and the last one on that point is socioeconomic conditions. So we see that all these five factors, all these five factors actually can promote health or can deter health. Where you have a certain health condition that goes on in the family, and individual physical and mental characteristics are actually inherited. Please, can you unmute yourself? You are in class. Stop distracting the class. So we see that if a person's physical and mental characteristics are inherited from his parents, and because it's inherited from his parents, it influences his health. And not only that, we see that some people are born with genetic characteristics. And who wants to share with us some of the genetic characteristics that a child can be born and it affects the health of the person? Example.
Example could be sickle cell anemia.
Yes. 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 A child, a father and a mother who are XX and they give birth to a child, the chances of them giving birth to sickle cell child, it's very high. Elizabeth, I see your hand up. Please go ahead and share your thoughts.
Even diabetes and mental disorders are transmissible.
Yes, yes. Even mental retardation, you can inherit it. Yes. Even some health conditions like diabetes, yes, you can inherit it from your parent. And the second point is the environment. Of course, we know that the environment we live in influences our health. And when you say environment, it can be physical environment, it can be biological environment, it can be psychosocial environment. So we think that
Now let me participate for this class finish.
so we see that environment also has sub on it. So we see that when you talk of environment, so you have your psychosocial environment and you have the biological environment. When you say biological environment, what comes to your mind? Biological environment, how does it affect your environment? How does it affect your health when you hear biological environment? You see, an environment, when you are living or when we are living in an environment that is full of bacteria, insects, viruses, will it not affect our health? It will. It will. It will affect our health. And when you say physical environment, you talk of housing, you talk of water, you talk of electricity, you talk of noise, you talk of waste disposal. All these things, whether we believe it or not, has influence on our health. And so we need to take note. The lifestyle we practice is another factor. The lifestyle we practice also affects our health. If you are a person that exercises and is conscious of what he or she eats, how he eats, what he eats, you will see that it will reflect on your health. And so quickly, I know because it's our first time, so we might be 5 to 10 minutes late today, but I promise you by God's grace, from next week, we will not exceed the 1 hour. So we've looked partially on the physical factor. We've just finished the dimensions of health, and we look at them in different components that it is made up of. So another point we want to look at now is the physical factor as well as the social and cultural factor. In terms of their definition, when we say physical factor, what does it mean? It means that the location or the geographical area that you are living. When you say a physical factor to your health, it includes the geographic, the environment, and the size of the community as well as the industrial development. So we see that when we talk of physical factors, all these things is very, very important when you talk of physical factors of a family. So we also see that the social factors are those that arise from the interaction of individuals or groups within the community, while cultural factors arise from the guideline. You see that there is a rule. Excuse me. There is a rule that is guiding how and what you can do in a community. In that case, you say that they have traditions or they have belief, a set of beliefs that the community just hold on to. And that is it. Or traditions or beliefs or religion or social norms. So these are factors. So what is community organization? And so we've talked about personal activities. I hope I will not jump this. Yes. Personal activities versus community and public health. Yes, it's under personal health activities that we actually have the personal health activities, which is what you actually do, what you do for yourself as part of your role in the community, not what the community or the public health activities is. So, and the community organization, it's when an individual, community organization is the process by which community or groups are helped to identify common problems. When they identify these common problems, they mobilize resources. This is what community organization is all about, where you unanimously or togetherness do something. And when you find out a problem as a community, you solve it as a community. That is what we call community organization. That all that you are doing to achieve good health is togetherness. Is not one person that is dictating what other community should do. And so another point we want to look at is the behavior of an individual. And the behavior of an individual contributes to the health of the entire community. Take for instance, if one person is having a bad lifestyle, it can affect the entire group of that community. So that is why individual responsibility is as good as collective responsibility. So as much as the community has a role to play, the individual also has a lot of responsibility as well. And so our last slide will talk about globalization and health. When you hear the word globalization, as we earlier mentioned, it is worldwide. That is where this is the process of actually increasing political and social interdependency and global integration. There is an integration that takes place either as capital, as trade, goods, or person or concept, and even values that diffuse across the stated boundary. And so globalization ensures that people, especially the vulnerable people, enjoy health. And when you say people that are vulnerable, who are you going to classify as vulnerable people? Are you going to classify the rich people as vulnerable?
No, ma.
No. So when you go to the rural area, interior rural area, these are the poor people. So they are the one that they have to ensure. It is very important to build and improve the well-being of this population. And we have the effect of globalization. And this effect can either be positive, negative, or or the mixture of it. And so we have, I think, few of the effects of globalization on health, which are on our slide. Who wants to share with us those 5 points on the effect of globalization on health? What are they? Who is sharing his thoughts? Who is sharing his thoughts? Okay, Jane, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Effect of globalization on health can be felt in the area of, quick spread of communicable disease. Because
Okay.
assuming there is an outbreak in one country, because of globalization, it easily spread to another country and it will go around the world. Like in case of COVID, it started from somewhere, and before you know it, it spread around the world because of globalization.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you. And we see that jeopardized the population health, as you rightly said, because if that person moves to one location, maybe he travels to US, for instance, and he comes to Nigeria, then it affects the health of other community, the community member in that country. Who else wants to share his or her thoughts on the effect of globalization on health? Thank you, Jane. Who else? Okay, we also have, okay, Chineye, go ahead, please.
It has also led to technological advancement in practice of medicine or nursing. With advancing technology now, so many laboratory investigations have been improved and documentations and all that. So there's been an improvement in healthcare services because of globalization.
Okay, yeah. Yes, you're all right, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. And in conclusion for this class, we see that we have just covered Unit 1 of Module 1 in this course, and we've been able to look at the community and public health, including health, community definition of public health, community health, population health, and public health system, as well as global health. We've looked at the definition of health by WHO and other authors. We've also been able to cover the dimensions of health as well as the determinants of health. And not only that, we've also been able to cover the difference between personal and community health, as well as 4 factors that affect the health of a community. And lastly, we looked at the community organization, globalization, and the effect and its effect on our health. That is where we will drop the curtain for today. And I hope you have learned something today. And when we meet next week, if I post any question on what we've covered today, you will be able to answer it without any hesitation. So is there a question?
Thank you, Ma.
All right, you're welcome. If there is no question, I will end it today. See you in class next week, Thursday, same time, same link throughout this 8th week of our interaction. And please, let me drop, who wants to be our class rep? Let's finalize that and start interacting from this week. Who wants to be our, you are not doing anything, just for you to be the admin. Create WhatsApp link for us. We all join that WhatsApp so that we can be interacting from there. It won't be only Thursday alone that we will meet. so that throughout the week and any hour of the day, we can post questions, we can react to it, and there is information. In addition to me sending you email, we can use it. Who wants to be our class rep? Okay. No one wants to be our class rep. We need someone. Shineye, you want to try?
Okay, ma.
Okay, good. On the chat here, so please drop your number so that we can join. Or how do you want us to do it? Okay, let me just drop my number here. So you create the WhatsApp group. Then you add me to that group. Then others will join. Is that fine? And as many of your colleagues that you know that is taking this course, please add them as well. Is that fine by you?
It's okay, ma.
Okay. Please ensure you put the code that I'm adding on the number I'm sending to you.
Excellent, ma'am.
Lecture.
Okay. Okay, I've posted my number there. So you can add me to the WhatsApp group. So Shineye, you are our class representative. Thank you so much for availing yourself. We really appreciate.
Please, ma, can you post the number? I didn't get it.
Okay, the number is, I've posted it already, +27 6321.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, there's a mistake. Okay, +27 6321 34579.
Okay, I'll call the number. Let me call the number, ma'am.
Okay.
+27 63
+27 63
21
yes
34
okay
579.
correct.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. So you can also send us your number, because I see people posting their number here that wants to join. So post your number as well, so that we can send these numbers to you later after our class. Or you chat with me, just chat with me, then I will post the numbers. I see a lot of people have dropped their number here, then I'll send them to you. All right, thank you very much. It's nice meeting all of you today. I hope that you have a good evening. Have a good evening. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.